as promised, here's the interview I did with my dad, and my mom stopped by, so I got to kind of ask her some memories on the 56 Belair we're working on too. Enjoy. So a little context on this guy before we get started. In 1969, he was a national record holder in his super stock Camaro. He had to give it up and move home to the farm after a tragedy with his brother. And he was a dairy farmer for years and years. He started racing street stock dirt track cars in his 60s, and by his 70s, he had 2 back-to-back street stock championships at, I think, 75 and 76 years old. It was really fun to be able to go out and race with my dad and my brother and bring the kids out, and they really enjoyed watching Papa John go around the track and tear it up. Pretty great memories. Here we go.
So what year did you get this car?
I'm pretty sure it was 1976.
And what we had before?
Well, we had a Dodge Monaco 500, 440, 375 horse.
So modest family car.
It was our family car.
So why did you get rid of that?
Why did they give it up?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, we had warranty to 50,000 miles, and at 51,000, just barely 1,000 over the warranty, and there was no coverage for it, so that irritated me. It held out and worked just great until about 50,000 and maybe 50 miles. And I thought, what a winker that is to digest. And you think, why me? Why would it not quit before the warranty was out? I should have just went out and run the tar out of it. Maybe it would have blown up.
How'd you find this car after the Dodge?
Oh, I didn't find it. A friend of mine found it, and I saw a picture of it, and I said, well, they'll give you $600 and bring it over there. So I thought, for $600, I know it's got to be worth it. And we drove it for 10 years.
This was the only car we had, pretty much, other than we got the Datsun pickup in 77.
Yeah. Well, I had the Datsun pickup in 77.
Yeah. All right, so how long did this stay stock with the 265 and the Power Glide?
Well, I don't know exactly, but I remember we were going to Steve Gray's wedding, and the pistons started cracking because that's the known credit problem with the 55 and 6 Chevrolet was the pistons were not very good, about 80,000 miles. And that's what this had, about 83 or 4,000 miles. And on the way, going down the Sunset Highway, I looked in the mirror and it was smoking. I thought, this thing never smoked, ever. But yet, so we went to the wedding, and we came home just carefully, take it easy, and got the motor out. Put a 283 I found in a Chevy 2. We had to change the pan and stuff because the Chevy 2 had a frame obstruction, and it has to be way back to get it. So you gotta have a pipe to reach up over the thing and get the oil from the front of the cross-member thing. But anyway, then that 283 lasted about, I would guess, probably about 3 years or so, with your mother driving it, mostly. I had to stay home and work all the time anyway, so. But anyway, that's, we used it, just everyday car, and then I put the 331 that was in the tractor, or it was going to be in the tractor. pulling tractor, and they quit driving this because I thought, well, two teenage boys in the household don't want the 56 out there. It may not have made it. So I took that motor out and put it in the pulling tractor, and it had a 327 in it, and I just upgraded just a little bit there so it'd go a little better, and it had tried to get it to run real good. It ran as the best you could expect from a 327, or just a 30 overbores, a 355, and
when did you put
a
the
350, and then a 327. It's 331.
when did you put the 4-speed in?
I think that happened when I got the Chevy 2 just for parts, and I got the motor and transmission, and it had the 4-speed. That was a Muncie 4-speed, so that stayed with it. Still a little go in it now. Can't beat a Muncie. They're the best.
What gears did you put in?
411. It had power glide gears, so it was like 250 maybe, 240, 50, right in there.
See if that.
Way too high. And then I took you for a ride one day. You wanted to go, so I said, okay, let's go. And went down toward the 3 miles south. Turned around, came back, slowed down, then poured it on. I said, there's throw you some gear shift. I said, it was first, second. I hit second gear, broke the rear end. Oh, wonderful. So then I had a 373 that I got from a guy that had the tire store. Anyway.
Kangaroo.
I put that in quickly, and it's not perfect. Same difference.
I never ran into anybody.
By the way, then this was a fender was found in somebody's pasture. Robert or somebody found it.
Oh, yeah, probably up in the pasture.
I don't know, might have been in somebody's backyard at midnight. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure. Could have been. Yeah.
Just take a 9/16 and get what you need.
Yeah.
Okay, do you remember getting this car?
Yes.
Okay, what do we have before?
A Christ.
Well, there goes Jim. We'll leave that in.
Okay, that sounds good. Looks good, sounds good.
That's funny. So there was mechanical trouble with that over and over, right?
Yeah, it never went anywhere that it made it home without problems, so.
So then, do you remember getting this car?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me what you remember. Was it like I'm going to get this car, or let's go get this car, or did it just show up
I
in the
think it
driveway?
just showed up in the driveway. That's usually how things happen. Yeah. Yeah, and it was easy, no seat belts. The car seats that you kids had were the little ones with the steering wheel and the little squeaky horn that when you step on it, it was fine, but if you slammed on the brakes, the car seats collapsed. So
Sounds safe.
yeah, the car seats had seat belts, but they weren't attached in the car anywhere. You just slid it under the back seat. So most of the time you guys stood behind our shoulder.
Also safe.
Yes, oh yeah, no problem.
And this was our family car. We didn't have another car.
No,
right?
we didn't. This was it, yeah. And that went to Boise for Thanksgiving and grocery store everywhere. Dairy Princess stuff. Yeah.
And the original engine Not very reliable.
No.
The 265.
Yeah, it quit. So yeah.
So then, was it after I got the Datsun that then this was able to become a hot rod after that?
Yeah, but it was still daily use.
Okay.
The Datsun was farm truck.
Right. Big, giant Datsun farm truck.
Yeah. Fit 4 baby calves in the back. So there you go. Yep.
What was your scariest memory in this car?
Oh dear. Sliding backwards on the ice on Sylvan. Yeah, that was not fun.
The posi traction wasn't helping you at all then?
No, not at all.
Because everybody puts 411 posi in a family car.
Family car, exactly.
Of course, because everybody's a maniac like Dad. What was one of your favorite memories?
Boy,
The tunnel?
lots of them.
The tunnel?
Yeah, just being together as a family, and you drive somewhere and people turn and look and give you a thumbs up or something. You know, even then.
Yeah.
Now, of course, it's a rarity, but it was nice to have a nice car.
Yeah. Was there any particular reason why this green one was picked, or was it just that's what we found?
I think it was just that's what we found. I don't remember any particular reason other than we wanted a 55 or 56 Chevy.
On and harvesting and all this stuff, and it just, there wasn't any time. Paul, you know, I think what I mean.
I lived here, I know.
It was just a busy time. And so anyway, got it back so it'd drive, and then it wasn't used very much. Like that was the time we got another car.
What are you enjoying the most so far, getting to work on this finally?
On this?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not here helping very much, am I?
Well, you can't get away from work very much.
Are you excited to pick out a chassis? Are you glad we're going to go that way?
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot easier, huh?
Yeah, well, it was a lot harder to put that money away that we're picking on now.
Well, what else you got to spend it on? Spend it on something fun.
I hope to have a little time left to do it, so I don't have to rush to burn it up before it's over.
What? Tell me about the engine you got torn apart over there.
Well, it's a 355 cubic inch small block Chevrolet, and it's been bored 30, and the bore is still in good shape, and I just bought that about, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago, and a guy bought it out of a Chevrolet pickup, and it was about an 85, I think, and anyway, it's got a lot of good things. It's got TRW pistons in it, and that's the only reason I was concerned about it. I thought it would be okay if it had TRW pistons. That's a pretty good piston. And we want to get it done just exactly right, the way I want it, and I think it'll last a long time.
Did you pick out a cam yet?
No. That's not a rush thing.
Well, considering we don't have a chassis for it yet, and no interior yet.
Well, the only reason I want to get it together is I don't like to have it open, sitting around, all ready to put together. When it comes back from the machine shop, it's going to have to get hammered on, and so it's get it closed up, sealed back up, and then if it sits for a year, it won't be a part before we put it in.
What are you most looking forward to when we get it all done?
Driving it. Scratch the tires, make them yipe. Take it back in years. that's the way it used to be, you know. If you had a car that wouldn't even squeak the tires, you didn't have much. And they weren't much fun to drive, but there was a lot of speed contests and stuff. There wasn't so many people on the road. There was a whole lot more hot rodding around with the roads than there are now. Because the police don't have a sense of humor about it like they used to.
Who do you think you want to take with you for your first drive?
I don't know. I don't need anybody. Just me and this old car. Know one another. And you were with me when we broke the rear end.
So I should be with you when we drive it the first time, then we get it back together.
Well, we'll see if you're here. Yeah, well, if you're around, well, it'd be fun to have you go home. At least we'd have a rear end that won't come apart if I power second gear.
Let's hope not. All right. Thanks, Dad.
Okay.
Hey, tell everybody thanks for sending all their well wishes. There's been a lot of people hoping you get better.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. That's what everybody would hope to have when they need it, you know. But anyway, you put enough years in and you should have time to spend all your money, and so you don't die with your money going out the window.
And still able to do some burnouts.
And yeah, still able to do some burnouts. Got to get that back into swing. So, but the cows are gone,
Thank God.
so they can't whip you anymore.
Thank God. All right. Thanks, Dad.
Okay, thank you, Paul.